This is your daily market recap for Thursday, June 1st, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at EFE Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, June 1st, 2023. New money coming into the market, jobs market strong. I don't know if you include all the seasonal employees. I mean, the data seems to be falling off a cliff. Chicago PMI. Then you had, the ISM manufacturing, construction spending. We'll see how it happens again. First of the month coming in, new money coming in. Don't be surprised by the chop we talked about previously. Just let it kind of play out going into the jobs number. We are at levels that make sense to peak, potentially fail. Let's just jump into it. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Check me out on YouTube, Discord room, Twitter, whatever. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. Posting a lot of stuff again, talking about the VIX hitting crazy levels, which mind-boggling. Again, here you go. The ISM manufacturing continues to fall, lowest since March 2009. People dumping Apple. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. But again, first of the month, new money coming in. Looks like it's chasing what's been up. If you're checking on YouTube and learn how to trade, back to beginner series, check it out. It's also on my website, thetradingagent.com, which is great resources. Again, if you go check out the Back to Basics series, you go from more advanced to beginner to advanced material. If you're looking for higher yield, check out this link, 5.15%, 3 months referral bonus from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Great deal. They keep raising the rates, and they also will raise your referral bonus. When you share the link, you get 3 months. I've been doing this and helping other people out, and other people have been sharing for themselves. 5.15% is about the best you can get without being in a CD, and it's Marcus by Goldman. It's very, what I would think, safe. The app is slick. Love it. Can't say enough about it. Not getting paid for it at all. Again, I've used all my referral codes, so I'm just sharing other friends and families to get them the 5.15%. And again, if rates go up, they will raise your promotion code. You won't be stuck at 5.1. It'll go to whatever the next rate is. FOMC meeting, the 14th. Data's gotten worse. We went from rate hike to more of a pause. Just keep an eye on it. Bitcoin, as we talked about, chopping. God, it hit the trend line, backed off. Things aren't looking so strong, potentially certain areas. Oil, not surprised, it bounced. We talked about OPEC is going to, at some point, probably going to what? Cut supply. That's what they're going to do. Natural gas. I don't know why it's doing that. I said leave it alone. People seem to just have this affliction but they have to jump into it. Pain. Dollar, man, look at the UUP. This is some misprints. Chopping around, filled the gap. I know that's crazy. Don't count all this wick, but I mean, it's not surprised. Pull back. We talked about first of the month, 200-day pull back. Been rising strong due to pull back, right? TLT, trading in a range, right? We talked about it. I'm not really too concerned about the bonds till we break out of one way or the other. The VIX, wow. I mean, I can't believe they buried this thing down. Back down to the range lows. If you're not looking to hedge, protection, raise stops, you're crazy, man. Vixen, we talked about potentially hitting this trend line. Man, broke below the channel. But keep an eye, again, because sometimes what do? We break above and below channels as traps. I mean, it's clearly above. Did the same thing. We'll see what happens the next couple days. SPY. 422 plus, again, retest, backing off, gap filling. Keep an eye on it. First new money, new month. Not surprised, are you? QQQ. Lower highs. Keep an eye on this. I was saying just keep an eye on it. We're at some major inflection points on the monthly and weekly. If and when this does break, because I think it will. Economic data is what it is. It's not going to get better. There is a massive, in my opinion, recession correction coming. Bear market is not over. You'll see why evidence says it, but certain names are leading. That's the thing. The market as a whole is not breaking down. IWM, on the other hand, should be leading. Look what it's done. Nowhere. Holding lows, chopping. Doesn't look good. DIA bounced a little today. Not surprised. Market kind of got a little excited. It's steep. Keeps holding the 200-day. Keeps holding the 325 area. Just keep an eye on it. I can't tell you for sure what's going to happen, other than watch the levels, then go from there. Because again, define your risk, have stops. Gold, man, people are just ridiculous. I mean, we talked about it bouncing, and some people are talking about, oh, it's time to buy gold. No, second quarter, and the Feds are still raising rates. I don't think this is the time to buy gold yet. Now, again, I could be wrong. And if I am, I don't mind waiting for the breakout. If you check out the monthly, we talked about the big cup and handle. the big copa and handle. All right, if it breaks out, go for it. I just don't think we're there yet. And again, the volumes aren't confirming it. Silver, again, we talked about miners lagging here. Same thing. Overdue for a bounce. Nothing goes down in a straight line. Nothing goes up. Here you go. Watch what happens the 20-day. We talked about it being slightly oversold, probably due to bounce. There you go. GDX leading down. GDXJ leading down. All right, not surprised. New money, new month, buying it. Look at the wick. Watch what happens into this gap, into the 32s. GDXJ. Keep an eye on this. We talked about it lagging. It did make new highs with the GDX in May. All right. Solid little bounce. I'd watch the 20-day. Now, again, this is the thing that's so hard. Is people don't realize, like, if the market gets slammed, miners get absolutely crushed. It's the best way to say it nicely. They will get crushed because, again, when the market, like, you have credit issues. No one is immune from the credit crunch, credit crisis, credit issues. And again, keep in mind, they started, but they take time to fully play out. Just keep that in mind. It's not all at once. Does this make sense? Like, again, think about how banks give out credit. They get tighter and tighter and tighter. Conditions become more tight in the sense because lending, you're not going to be lending to people as freely because the economic activity is slowing down. They don't have so much pool of capital to lend out. You just got to be thoughtful. AG, talked about, fives probably retest the lows. Not surprised it's bouncing. It's okay. AEM, this one was leading, broke out, and then failed. All right, holds the 200-day. Okay. Not surprised. Again, just keep in mind, like, straight line moves aren't normal. You usually get some bounces. Newmont, same thing. Breaks below lows. All right, cool. Nice little bounce. Probably watch the 44 area. That's where I'd be looking to think it fails. PAAS, same thing. Retest the lows. Are you surprised it's bouncing? I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. AMD, again, talked about tech in the Discord room on Twitter. These are blow-off tops. You're not getting back up there. This is distributive as heck. And so just watch what happens up here. I mean, these are novice gap traps. And okay, it holds the gap. Not surprised. Remember, the first drop in an uptrend gets bounced. If the first drop in an uptrend that's turning to a downtrend will get bought. Just like in a downtrend when it is bottoming, that first bounce will get sold at some point. Just keep that in mind. Straight line moves off the inflection points. Not normal. Micron, same thing. These all have given, they're all blown out. Blowouts. You're not getting there. Gaps, chops around. Taiwan Semi gets up into the 103 was it? Yeah. All hits blowout level prices. I think you'll pull back. NVIDIA, got to 418. We talked about this. The distributive, just let it play out. Not surprised it bounced. Don't cry. Just know this stuff. I mean, I can't believe I'm like arguing with people. Not even arguing. I'm talking to people in the Discord room. They're like, I don't know what to do here. You're not surprised. You've heard this stuff 1,000 times. You take notes. I don't know what to tell you. If you're expecting straight line moves, new money, new month, sorry. I wish it was that simple. Intel bounces. Look at that. Ugh. Is that distributive? Keep an eye on it. Watch that trend line. SMH, same thing. I mean, they all went bonkers. Bonkers. Distributive. Up, blow off tops. How long do they take before they flop? I don't know. Chop, flop, top. Adobe. Here you go. Chopping at the highs. I mean, some tech is bouncing back, but some of these names have been gotten crushed. Apple, not surprised. 180. Here we come. Back test a trend line. I don't know. Are we going to break out? I mean, this is crazy. People are just, again, they're throwing the AI on Apple, getting people to chase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight months of up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight months of up. Okay, we'll see what happens here. I would not be chasing this stuff. I'd be raising stops, taking profits. Amazon, same thing. Been devastated, coming back, bouncing, still trading at 300 times future earnings. Something stupid. CRM had earnings. Again, what you're seeing with these beats is because guidance has been decimated. People have guided down so hard that it's easy to beat, and it makes it look great. Gap down, hits the 20-day. Not surprised it bounces a little bit. Guggenheim's been stuck cheddar. Yeah, chop. I don't know what to tell you. Meta, mind-boggling. But I guess now they're throwing out their 3D, not their AI goggles, 3D, whatever, virtual reality goggles, 3D. It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter. I mean, they will rip this thing up until they have to again. Remember, this stuff has gotten beaten. I don't know what price. I thought 250s was a max. No. Microsoft doing a deal with NVIDIA. chopping around. Yeah, I mean, again, these names have just gone straight parabolic. If you're not taking profits, don't be surprised if the market does. NDAQ, we've talked about this, chopping around. The future of the NASDAQ Composite Index will have less trading volume. No one's going to be giving a crap about this stuff. It is what it is. Chopping. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, chopping. Doesn't really seem like it's worth saying too much on. Netflix, I am mind-boggled that this thing is going higher, but I'm not really. You're coming into the 50-month. I mean, new money, new month. I mean, I guess the streaming wars, I mean, they're cutting the sharing thing, but how many people are, I don't know, cut their cord. I mean, it's the economy. What is what it is. This is the thing. You can make an argument for either. Just watch the levels. Roblox gets into the gap, still stuttering around. Tesla, China, negotiation, Shanghai. I mean, again, at the highs, we'll see if this really blows out to the upside. To me, it seems more like a distributive news event. We're coming into the top of the VAP zone. I mean, keep in mind, just this is the thing. The market's going to try its damnedest to convince everybody and their mom that the bull market's continuing on. I don't see it because, again, look at the evidence. Like here we start again. The tech has been doing well, but materials, letter X, U.S. Steel, bottom range, just not looking good. Nucor acting like crap. Again, global growth, China, all this stuff. It's slowing. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know when. It's like Michael Berry, The Big Short. What levels, what prices? Caterpillar, same thing. Just slow death, going sideways. VALE, I mean, we've talked about this thing is going nowhere fast. A lot of people are, not surprised that new money, new month, bottoming down here. Like a lot of the material names, not surprised. They're holding up potentially, but also to keep in the back of your mind, oversold, short covering, potential buying. We saw this in some other material names that bounced that only just went to lower lows. Arrow, here you go. Here's one just dying. Copper, Dr. Copper. CCJ. Now this is interesting. Uranium blew up today. Keep an eye on these levels. These 30 levels matter. Now again, I personally think in long term I'll buy this later at lower prices because again it'll throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let me spread this across. But at this point, I mean, if you own it, just be careful. Raise your stops. I'm not going to argue that price action is strong. CF, again, another material name. Again, we love ag, but going lower. Mosaic, all these names, they're probably due to bounce. Just keep that in mind. So, I mean, I don't know anyone who's shorting them, but the price action has been rather ugly. So, are you going to be surprised when it bounces? AA, holding up. Not so much. No, I mean, we've talked about this for what seems like all these material names. Like materials not acting well, something's not right with the market, right? Again, it just kind of is what it is. Don't know what to say. XLF, banks lagging, again, chopping. Credit crunch still probably going to get worse. KRE, we talked about bouncing because it's oversold the 41, 42 area. Are you surprised that after so much pain, so much again, banks fell down in a straight line, right? Are we aware that how this works? Like, are you familiar that the price action is, somebody absorbed here and now they're trying to distribute potentially on the pop. That's what seems likely to me. I don't need to sit here and overthink it, but I look at the price action. I go, all right, well, what's happened, right? The news came out, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? What happens? Everyone gives up pukes, rallies back, Feds throw money into the market. Okay, will it sustain? It doesn't feel like it. And I hate to be like the bearer of bad news to people because, again, everyone's always bullish. It's easy. And I'm just like, man, this stuff looks dead. And we've talked about, again, we're on the monthly here. Keep in mind, Carrie has a ton of commercial real estate exposure and a lot of issues potentially with the retailers, with retail clients. But here's a look at the XLF monthly. It seems to be holding before folding. That's my interpretation of it, but I could be wrong. Again, set your stops, define your risk. XBI blew off, pop, holding channel lows, 20-day. Not surprised. It just is what it is. Let's get into some Solar. New money, new month. All right, not surprised it's bouncing. And again, it is what it is. ENPH. Now, this is one we said, please be patient. Said the 50-day on the weekend recap or whatever, Tuesday. There you go. Watch this level around here. 183. I mean, could you long wick to 190 plus? Always. Sedge, again, new money, new month comes in. Breaking down. If you short it up here, looks good. First Solar. Remember we talked about it gapping up, running up, being a failure. Okay. Watch. I mean, it looks like this 210 gap fill. I mean, remember, high volume highs, high volume lows. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, it's holding this area. I mean, personally, that's the thing, right? Like, if the market's rallying and these things are lagging, that's pretty normal. But just in general, you can't sit here and go, well, it has to go down. Like, even I think Target was up today when it was down at some point. HYG, we've talked about corporate debt lagging hard. Look at this stuff. It's just dying on the bone. But it's going to do what it's going to do. Oil. Talked about oversold bounce. Not surprised. OPEC is going to get involved. That's what they do. That's what they do. But it just kind of is what it is. Keep an eye on it. UNG. For the love of God, I feel like I hate being mean about it. I'm like, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Wait for it to reverse split. I mean, it just not acting well. And it is what it is because natural gas isn't moving fast. This ETF decays. If you didn't know that, not sure what planet you've been on. XOP, talked about it. What? Holding range lows, chopping around. Okay. I mean, stuff, again, global growth. Oil and gas, not holding up so well. Your favorite ExxonMobil, we talked about this. Isn't looking good. Now, today's action is pretty wild, right? Long wick, but, we talked about if you short it up here, again, this is the yellow monthly trend line. Seems to be chopping. PXD, supposedly going to get bought out. Okay, keep an eye on it. It's just by ExxonMobil. It doesn't really look like it wants to be. 200 area, keep an eye on it. EQT. We talked about natural gas names popping. Again, we like them in long term, but I'd wait again. Like, let all this stuff come on down. Let it check that out. Just let it chop out, not check it out. Chop out. Occidental, covered call king. Buffett just wants this go. I mean, it's crazy, and I try to explain this to people over and over. It continues to go sideways and down, yet he's buying more. You don't hear him crying, coming on TV, trying to tell people it's a good buy. Why? Because he's selling covered calls. He's just printing money and buying more shares. And when they pay him his big dividend, he's going to cash out. Or not cash out, but just cash it in. Flex LNG, like this one, I think long-term we will be a natural gas exporter. We'll see what happens here. Keep an eye on this. Again, Congress, I think, is buying these. And this is the thing. If you like natural gas at low prices, the shippers really going to like them at low prices. Keep that in mind. And then if the prices start to rise, what are they going to do? They're going to raise their rates. So if you have any questions, again, always reach out. I apologize. Again, I'm very busy. People know what's going on in my life. A lot of things, unfortunately, that just kind of is what it is. Define your risks, have your stops, reach out if you have any questions. I'll be, again, I'm going to be sporadic in being able to do these recaps, sadly. Got some things going on. Time I got to take apart from the misses just because of it's good for the health, solitude as they call it, when you're going to figure yourself out. We'll be going on my own little vacation, which will be needed. Again, not even, again, it's like a staycation, but if you have questions, always reach out. Again, I'm transparent. I'm trying to help people out, but it's just, life is not easy. And again, I'm not going to get emotional about it anymore. We're at a point where if you know me, you know what's going on, you understand. I'm trying my best to help out. But again, this is the problem sometimes is with price action. It can go higher and lower than you think is even possible. And it's not because of anything other than what? Emotions, market makers, and manipulation. So if you're getting bullish at the highs or bearish at the lows, that's you all the time. Check your emotions. Pay attention to it. Let me know if you need any help. Talk to you guys and gals later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.